everyone, my name is Susan. I'm the owner operator of Hanoi House. I opened this restaurant 4 years ago, and back then I made a video of a walking tour when we were doing the renovations. So today we're actually going to do a updated video of our walking tour. I'm going to show you how far we've come. So come along with me. When you walk into the restaurant, this is what you see. It's much more botanical looking now. We haven't opened yet, so all the chairs are still up. And let's have a look. When you come in, we've got a little bit of a retail section here. So you can buy some rice paper, noodles, coffee on your way out. And then here are all the tables we have. Because I opened the restaurant during COVID, we didn't need this many tables. And there are way more seats now than before. One of my personal milestones has been just the fact that I've been able to add more tables, add more chairs, because that means there is more customers coming in the door. So there was actually a need for it. So it's a little bit of a personal milestone for me. All right, so we've got our server area here. We've got our giant birds of paradise that used to belong to my cousin who moved her studio. So she decided to give it to me. When I took over this space, it was formerly a Copper Branch, which is a vegan restaurant. So it really emphasized, healthy eating and like a healthy lifestyle. So before there used to be this giant poster on the wall, and I'll show you what we ended up doing to it. Before there used to be, I think, a girl on a bike over here, and we just threw some wallpaper and just stuck it on there. So if you actually just rip it off, she's still there. But it looks a little bit more on brand compared to before and less obvious. When we took over the space, there was a lot of really great features already that we kept. So the floors was one of them. The wooden wall is one of them as well. And also the copper ceilings. If you ever go into a Copper Branch, you'll notice these features. If you go into spaces that have taken over a Copper Branch, I believe there's one in Bowmanville or Newcastle area, they've kept the same features as well. Our server area, we've had to make as functional as possible because we do a lot of takeout. So we do keep our takeout packaging stuff here. We've got our tablets charging overnights, and then we need to have enough stuff to make our drinks and cocktails and bubble teas as well. So we've got all our extra supplies back here, and there's our POS system. Our kitchen remains the same as day one when we set it up. There's not a whole lot you can do to change it around, but we've made it as functional as we possibly can. So we've got some spec sheets here. This just makes sure that we keep our food consistent and portioning consistent. One of the things I was really excited about this kitchen was it's so much bigger than my previous kitchen downtown. And also the fact that we have an office, which is now always full of stuff. There is always stuff and things in here. I kept our original logo, so that used to be on the window downtown. And to me, that's really special. I like to always remember how far we've come from there. And that is our logo now. Let's go in the walk-in fridge and see what's in there. It's always nice and cool in here. We've got all our produce, tofu, sauces, things that need to stay nice and cold, prepped items ready to go. We keep our proteins on the other side, nice and labeled. And then we've got our walk-in freezer here, which is awesome to have. And then we've got spring roll wrappers, all that fun stuff. If you have been with us since our OG days, I guess I never did a tour of my old kitchen, but this place is way bigger in comparison. And that's actually why we had to move. Our kitchen was so small and the dining room was so small, we really couldn't keep up with production and seating. So we ended up 10 months later moving to this larger location. And it's been great ever since. Another really important feature of the restaurant here is this piano. For me, it's actually more of a personal significance just because I always had a piano growing up, and it was in my old restaurant, not this one, but like my family restaurant, we had a piano as well because that's the instrument I grew up playing, of course. But we actually got this off of someone local who was getting rid of it, and she wanted to go to a good home. So she was really kind and delivered it here for us. And now it has a nice space. And we've done a few events with the piano itself, but we definitely like to do more. It's just kind of hard to schedule around our regular business. But yeah, it's here and really pretty. Good for photos as well. So that pretty much concludes my little mini tour 4 years later. I think the biggest takeaway for me here is that I didn't have everything I wanted in the beginning, which is fine, but we had to start from somewhere. We did a lot of the stuff ourselves. We painted ourselves. We added the fixtures. We had a friend do our wallpaper, etc. But the most important thing here is really just to start and see where it goes. Thanks for coming along, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.